let's begin then.
Oh, and it turns out Abby's a bit of a Youngblood fan, so when I said that we went to a Youngblood concert, it was kind of sad.
So, a brief recap. You left the Orc village, Orc city even, after a night of jubilant celebration which almost got completely undone by Arwen's bold temper, shall we say. She had to be restrained, it absolutely was you, restrained by her friends before she caused a scene, shall we put it politely. Clary performed very well in some knife throwing competitions, outshining a quite proficient axe thrower that you went up against, managing to salvage a little bit of the party's gold that was lost on betting on Styx and Arwen's bouts of wrestling, which unfortunately went against them. And you left pretty promptly the next morning, having been given directions and instructions, and discovered this incredibly vast nursery of trees that the orcs grow as a lumber supply for their many, many ships and houses. You spent the majority of the morning and a little bit of the afternoon working your way through, tracking these creatures. You made friends with a bird along the way, who told you their name was Swiftwing. They helped you locate your quarry eventually, at which point you attempted to sneak up on them and take them out, having discovered them amidst a very large collection of bones. It seems you had entered some sort of feeding ground where they dragged off their meals to. There was a large amount of decayed flesh, bones and skeletons dotted about. You found them to be quite hardy foes, with various savage attacks, but did manage to, between Neo and Clary, quickly dispatch one of them, leaving yourselves in a 3-on-4. This larger wolf in the background was yet to join the fray, but did seem to have the unnatural ability to command other beings and frighten you guys. Arwen, indeed becoming under the effects of the frightening gaze of this wolf, Styx steeling himself against it to maintain his resolve. And so we jump right back in at the top of the initiative with Styx himself. You currently have a wolf in front of you, a frightened Arwen behind it, and off to the side this larger wolf that has seemingly yet to react.
Well, first thing I'd like to do is actually log into my account.
Okay. That would be useful.
Because I thought I did, but it logged me out when I logged in as Chantel in the other tab and logged in as her. That'll be my free action.
Okay.
And then, as my action, I would rather like to skewer this wolf.
Okay.
Or he's being an asshole and attacking us.
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
Also only have 19 HP, so this is going to be fun. Do I want to use a spell to skewer the wolf? No, I've only got one spell slot. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
I have advantage. 16!
16 hits.
Oh yeah.
Only being wolves, they're not very well armoured. So
one-handed.
Hits.
Or I have a shield.
Yeah.
And I would like to do that again.
Go for it.
Attack! Shebang!
Yeah, that also hits.
Fuck you! Oh! Look at that! The first time two-handed attacks have ever rolled higher than the one-handed attacks.
Yeah. Everyone get up and party. It is a glorious day. It is genuinely surprising how often between Glendon, Doc, and Styx, how often one-handed rolls higher.
There is more chance of rolling a higher number with a one-handed attack than a two-handed one. Because obviously, the chance to roll an 8 on a d8 is 1/8, whereas the chance to roll a 10 on a d10 is 1/10. And one out
Yes,
of 10.
but the chance to roll an 8, a 9, or a 10 is 3 in 10.
That's a good point.
Which is 30%, whereas the chance to roll an 8 is only 12.5%.
That's a good point. One I did not think of. Anyways,
And that's been your daily maths lesson.
Yeah.
I thought I finished maths years ago.
Anything else you'd like to do, Styx?
Can I? No, actually, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for now, I think that's pretty much it. Used up second level spell slot. 3 of my first level ones. Cool. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Clary, you're up.
Boing, 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 boing.
I don't really want to attack the next game because then he's going to attack me.
There was another wolf.
This one you guys are fighting, but
There's another
that
one.
one's sweeping again. Is that?
Yeah, there's one next to.
There's one next to Neo.
Oh my god, I didn't see. Oh my god. I didn't see it.
Yeah. I have also, for some reason, that one seems to blend in really well in that spot. And I see the one with the big red X, and I see the one with the green dot, but I've logged in a couple of times to update various things throughout the week, and I've gone, where's that third one? Oh, it's there.
Okay, so I'm.
That's the problem with these really, really beautiful maps.
Yeah. You start then sticking horrible tokens on them.
Yeah.
Would have been bad if I just didn't see it. Attacks. Sneak attack. I'm gonna try.
So roll to hit first, and then if you hit, you can use sneak attack.
Oh!
Oh, that's a crit. Where's my phone? It's got the file I need, which I should really transfer to the other. Which I should really transfer, so I've got to get all my other files. But that definitely hits. Roll damage.
And then roll that again.
And then roll it again.
Yeah, then roll sneak attack again as well.
Critical effect. Any damage is double.
Oh!
Oh!
Okay, so that is 43 damage?
Oh!
My word. And then roll a d8 for me, Clary.
Oh.
A 1. A 1 is disarm your enemy. However, as they are a wolf and have natural weapons, they cannot be disarmed.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, you have delivered this incredible coup de grace with your longsword, while it's focused on Neo, come around and shish kebabbing it almost from tail to nose. And that's how this sort of piteous whine as you slowly withdraw your sword from it. The
Hardy wolf, man. Jesus.
the speed at which it was. There aren't many like sort of great wolf stat blocks, so it's based off something else,
I see.
which is harder than I kind of realised. But hey, yes, it's original. This one, previously unharmed, is now looking very, very much the worse for wear. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. Arwen, you've got one wolf that's rapidly, sort of looks like it's bleeding out from several large cuts in front of you. There's one off to your side near Clary that is also looks close to succumbing to its wound, singular. And then there's a big frightening wolf that currently has you afraid.
So I get disadvantage for being afraid, but because Styx is there, does that mean I just get normal stuff if I'm going to attack the green one?
Yes, you'd have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, but because Styx is there giving you flanking, you'd get advantage on your attack rolls, so it cancels out.
Cool, thank you. I am going to give it a whack.
That definitely hits, yeah, 23.
Oh, one hand. Sorry. I always forget that you can do two.
Yes, because I've given you a weird, like, hand and a half dagger. That's slightly bigger.
I always assume it's just one.
That's cool. Yeah, so how does the wolf die?
Oh!
I poke it.
You
Little
poke it.
poke. Yeah. And it falls over.
A little poke.
Mhm.
So you poke this wolf in a kind of crippling fashion, and it just sort of slowly stumbles, and sort of one of its legs sort of collapses to the ground, and it struggles to get up again before the others just give up, and it just, with a thud in the leaves on the floor, it just succumbs.
You know when you kind of poke someone in the back of the knee and they kind of like fall over a bit?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why. Just,
Well, it
I
does.
just poke.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and then I have to... Is it a constitution saving?
It is. If that's the end of your turn, you've still got your movement and your bonus action. It is a wisdom save.
Oh, wisdom one. Okay.
But you you can move and take
Ooh,
actions
that's
if you
the
wish.
entire map. Oh, I'm just going to stand there and then...
That is a success.
I am no longer scared.
You are indeed no longer frightened and are immune to being frightened from this effect. For 24
Harwin
hours.
has no fear.
Okay. So now we move on to the wolves turn. I think this blue one is going to spin around and have a go at Kyrie, having just been shish kebabbed in the butt.
That seems bad.
That is 12 plus. That's an 18 to hit.
Definitely hits.
And I need one of those. 3 plus. That's 7 damage as it slashes at you with its claws. And then I don't think it'll surprise anyone that the big bad wolf is going to get involved, and unfortunately Styx as the closest target.
You know what, JJ? Fucking bring it. Bring it on.
I'm not
Famous
sure
last words.
you want me to do that. But okay. So okay, so that is that's a 26 to hit.
Oh, you know what
Nah.
it just hits, just about hits. Yeah,
A 10 to hit.
misses,
And a 12 to hit.
misses.
So just the one hit. This is the...
Guys, regretting this.
It runs up and snarling. Arwen, you would probably... I think you cast Speak with Animals last session? So you would hear this just sort of growling, slobbering, cursing as it heads towards Styx, muttering under its breath about delicious man flesh. As it bites you for... Oh, that's not bad. 8 piercing damage.
8 piercing damage.
And can you make a strength saving throw for me?
Strength save. Oh yeah. I wrote 8 instead of. Oh my god!
That is a fail. You
That's
are...
a 2 and a 3.
You are prone. As it like
Wait.
bites around one of your legs and like drags your feet out from underneath you.
Here's a question: why the hell aren't paladins proficient in strength saves? Things for a living. I feel like this should be a thing.
I don't know.
No, but you know.
Because paladins be whack, man. No, paladin go smite. Instead of paladin go whack.
The wisdom. Like, who thought? Oh yeah, wisdom saves. That'd be good for paladin.
Maybe they thought because they're a little bit like fighters, and fighters generally sort of dump wisdom and suffer from it, that to make them a little bit different, they'd give them wisdom saves.
That's a good point.
Also, I don't know. I guess they're supposed to be like holy and righteous, so it's more like they're wise than... I don't know.
I'll talk to you about this later, actually, because I have a lot of opinions on the save classes. Wrong.
Ben has strong opinions. I think we've had the discussion about paladin should just be a fighter subclass.
Chantel got bacon in her tea.
Oh.
Pizza. It fell off the pizza, bounced off my boob, and went straight in my cup of tea.
Oh no.
So that's how tonight's going, guys.
Brilliant.
I'm prone, and I'm sad.
Yes, but it's alright, because Neo's up next. Old reliable. It is
Wait.
remarkable how often I write the three of you at the top of the initiative, the monsters in the middle, and then Neo at the bottom. Yes, Ben, you have a question?
What attack made me prone?
It was a bite attack.
So if I went down, would that not mean that the other two attacks have advantage against me?
Technically, yes.
First one hit me, and so I went down.
Yes.
And I failed the save, so I went down. The other two would have advantage.
Yeah, the second. Okay, so I'll take the 2 and the 4 from the second one, so that one still missed. And then I'll roll the third attack now, if you like. So that's a natural 20.
Ben wants death.
Regretting things almost immediately. But I don't want to win because people forgot rules or whatever. I know what about doing, to DM and you forget things and.
Little way to die.
Yeah.
So that's 9 doubles to 18 plus. That's 24 damage as it claws at you while you're on the ground.
So Sticks down.
Oh, excellent.
Sticks is down real bad. Yeah.
Sticks doing what Sticks does best.
Sticks is down
Burn
real
his
bad.
spell slots before the combat and then go down.
Hey, those spell slots made me a bird friend. I regret nothing.
That is what D&D is all about. Alright.
Bird friends.
So, what am I doing? I'm putting the little down symbol on Sticks. So, well, so now Neo will go. He's got 2 attacks. So, yeah, I'll definitely hit. I don't think that kills Neo. You really suck. He's got a
Who's the
D10,
poor man be?
and I swear he's never rolled above a 5 on his D10.
To my recollection, he helped.
I guess we'll use his second attack. There's the natural 20. Real help you are now when it's got 3 HP. Sorry, 2 HP. So...
God, Neo. This poor, like, sort of limping wolf. And he's just gone, ah! Absolutely destroyed it with super cyan shit, when all it really needed was to be lightly pushed over.
Yeah, I think that's more what it is. The first attack just sort of pushes it over, and the second one is just this massive, like, strike down onto it. It was basically already dead, but...
Well, that's sad. Poor Wolfie.
Which is a real shame. So instead, he's just going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet over to here and get in this wolf's face. And that'll be everything on his go. And that'll be everything on his go. Sticks, can you make a death saving throw for me, please?
Absolutely, sir. Get saved.
That's one success. Excellent. Clary, you're up.
Oof. Where do I need to stand? Let's think of it.
You're on deck after Clary.
Around him.
Okay, that's fine.
As long as someone's within
What?
5 feet of him.
You're on deck after Clary.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can.
I'm on deck.
You're next.
It's cool, I know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Not as long as Clary doesn't do what I'm gonna do, but
What, kill the wolf?
no. Oh, no, I think she is. Oh well.
It's fine.
With my movement.
You guys have got this between 3 of you.
I'm afraid I have no healing, so I can't help you.
That's fine. You do you. I've just got a cramp. It's fine. so this tis but a scratch.
I heard crab, and I was like, not another one.
Nah, cramp. That's what it is. Leg cramp.
I'm
20
assuming
hits.
Long sword.
6 damage.
And an 8 from the sneak attack.
And 8 sneak attack.
Sneak attack.
So that's a total of 14.
And I have no movement left, so I'm just gonna stand here and hope it doesn't attack me.
Okay. Arwen.
Okay. Technical question.
Yes.
Because cure wounds is touching, you have to touch them.
Yes.
If I have movement,
Yes.
can I drag someone while casting cure wounds?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So you move at half speed while dragging.
5, 10. Okay, so that's 15. And then I will do the curing of the wounds for the Styxes. Have some healing.
I got
And then so 15, 20, 25, 30, oh wait, hold on. 15, 25,
Costs you 10 feet for every square you move.
35. Right, Styx, come stand here. There you go.
Does that do an opportunity attack though?
Oh.
See,
No, you're on the
I
floor.
thought about that, and I couldn't decide, and so I don't know.
Like, technically, it's an enemy leaving the space, which I am doing, but I'm not doing it of my volition. I'm doing it of someone else yanking me out. So I guess.
And technically, you're still dead, but like, I'm curing the wounds while I'm
Yeah, that
moving.
does not help me in any way, shape, and or form.
Oh shit! Yeah, no.
Well,
Well, no, it wouldn't even matter anyway, because even if you do 2 death saves, I've still then cured you, so then you're not dead.
that's true. Let's.
So it'll be
Are
fine.
you going to drag him, then heal him? Or
Yeah, I start dragging.
Okay. So it makes
Like, because I'm
opportunity
touching
attack.
him, it's like, woo.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
run in, you
I mean,
grab Styx,
oh, be healed anyway.
you start dragging him away.
What? Yeah, okay. What?
It makes an opportunity attack against Styx, which is like 20 something to hit. So Styx automatically fails 2 death saves.
What if Clary were to take the attack? If she were to like,
Do you have a
Can she-
feature that allows you to do that?
I don't think so. No.
So certain classes have things where they can impose disadvantage and stuff like that on attacks against allies.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a bloody good thing I passed that first one, eh?
Yeah. So it swipes at Styx as he's being dragged out of range. He fails 2 death saves. The damage is irrelevant. Arwen then stops and casts Cure Wounds. So Styx, you gain 13 hit points and are not standing, but conscious and prone, where you see yourself now. With an extra claw mark on your leg or something that you didn't have previously.
I am just going to ignore that for the sake of my sanity and move on with this combat.
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be a cool leg scar, you know? Chick's dick scar. Right?
Yes.
So does bacteria, but let's not think about that. Well, a scar is an open wound. Oh no, yeah, right now it's an open wound.
What?
Oh, have I shared my scurvy fact with you? I was quite pleased when I discovered this. So I went around telling quite a few people. If you get scurvy badly enough, the protein that holds together scar tissue starts to degrade, and all your old scars will just start opening up again.
What the
Oh
hell?
my god.
Oh my god!
If you get scurvy like really badly.
Wow, that's funny.
This is a reminder to eat your oranges, kids.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How did you learn that?
I can't remember, but
Hoping it's not from experience.
no.
Oh god.
It's not from me.
This is actually a recording of JJ. who we're speaking to.
Yes.
Before just loads of lines on his body just started opening up for whatever goddamn reason. But I think JJ has loads of scars all over his body. But you never know.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I have, what is it?
You could wait.
9, 10, 11.
Back closer.
I have 15 stitches in my hands alone, so.
Oh, Lord.
so
Chantal just made a really good point. If they knew that in Black Panther, that'd have been a really easy way of killing Killmonger. Scurvy. Got all those scars all over it. Just imagine imagine how gruesome that film would be very suddenly.
yeah, but I think that's a lot of effort to keep him alive, but feed him nutritiously badly enough that he gets scurvy. Like, if you've got the ability to control his diet to that degree, then surely you can just kill him.
Yeah, but like, you know, torture and stuff, innit?
Anyway, the big
Anyway.
giant horse attacks Clary and Neo. As Clary is the one to hit it, it's going to make both a bite and a claw attack against you. Only the bite hits. It's a natural 19. The claw attack misses, but the claw attack does hit Neo. So Clary, you take. Ooh, that's a 10 on the D10, so that's 16 piercing damage. And Neo takes
You're not dead.
12.
Oh, I'm very
Fine,
almost dead.
you can disengage as a bonus action. You're lucky.
Yeah, that's
You're roguish.
I'm disengaging.
And Neo takes
Just get out of here.
18 slashing damage from the claws. Now, what's maths? That's him on.
H.
He's doing a great job being a tank. That's the first time he's taken damage. Anyway, it is now Neo's turn, so he is going to whip out the. That is the wrong screen. Whip out the almighty glaive again. And this time you see it brimming with a radiant light. What's that? Oh, that's a natural 20 and a 16? No, a 14, which just hits. So I think it's safe to say this is going to be over quickly once I do some maths. So correct. So and then once I work out how many dice I need to actually roll. Give me a moment. Plus 2d8, but that's double because of crit. Where am I? D8. How many dice am I rolling? Okay.
81.
So that is. Someone do maths quick. 4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 plus 8 plus 1.
4 plus 4 plus 2 plus 8 plus
10 plus 8 is 8. 19.
20
20.
plus
21.
4 plus 4 is 8.
Yeah.
Plus 2 is 10.
Yeah.
Plus 8 is 18.
Yeah.
Plus 1
Yeah.
plus 1 is 20.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know there was another one. I've only got one of the
20
ones.
plus his modifier, that's 23. And then the second attack deals 12. So 23 plus 12 is 35. Still not as good as Clary. Clary leading away. So 35 damage.
I did have that one crit that did 53 damage.
You did, yes, but that was when we were using
Yeah, that was with the old crit.
other crit rules, which I have now scrapped. But that's okay.
For those reasons. Exactly.
Yeah, because I was mainly worried about something doing 50-something damage to you.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Okay, well, it's not dead, but it probably wishes it was. These, you see, maybe through Six's bleary eyes, he just sees Neo wielding this glaive shining with light, and the whiter, brighter fur is suddenly the two quick slashes, and it's suddenly sheeted red with blood as these two deep wounds open in the side of the wolf. And we go back to Six.
Oh! Alright. So it's looking very badly hurt right now, yeah?
It is looking very badly hurt, yes.
Okay. Seeing as I have 13 HP in a dream, Styx is getting back up. 15 feet. And
I feel like I should just have like a quick soundbite of Chumbawamba, like when we have combat. Just
10.
Six.
And I'm going back at this thing again.
Go for it.
Because I do not like it. I do not approve. First of all, I will be using my bonus action to cast... Ooh, what smite do I want to use this time? What smite do I think would be good against this thing? I think... Wrathful Smite, to give it a taste of its own medicine, because I'm really not very happy. This thing is killing people. It nearly killed me. Bastard. So, Wrathful Smite, bonus action. I'll stick that in the chat for you. And then I'm going to try and hit it.
That hits.
So that's unfortunately only 5 damage. But then 1d6. 6
Oh,
psychic damage. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw DC 15.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Never mind. I killed a guy.
How does it happen, Six?
Well, I just sort of see myself like I've woken up. Like all this has happened. I've just heard like Clary and what's his face, Neo, absolutely demolishing this thing, and I'm so confused, and like the adrenaline's just pumping through me. So I'm just like, ah! Just get up, sprint towards it with my sword. Don't even quite realise that I've cast Wrathful Smite on my sword. Like I didn't even realise I was that angry with this thing. I'm more just confused, filled with adrenaline.
Yeah.
Was unconscious for a second, but now I'm not. And then just like completely wild just ends up sort of catching it right at the side of the head of its snout, and I'm there like thinking that it's gonna be really scared or whatever, but it just sort of flumps to the ground. I'm like, oh well, that was unnecessary.
You did cause it to flee in terror into the afterlife.
Excellent. Yeah, take that, wolf. Just turn around and say, guys, I distinctly remember Swiftwing saying something with multiple heads.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That's what I
I think
said.
we're done. Unless it meant that there were multiple heads, like multiple wolves. But part of me doesn't think that's a thing.
I agree.
Follow? Are we like outside something we can go in, or?
As this body, it's a large creature, a sizable body on this pack leader, you presume, slumps on the ground. Everyone just sort of breathes a sigh of relief and looks around you. And Six keeps everyone on alert, just watching, waiting. And this hush falls over. You hear the sounds of the forest around you, the wind gently blowing through the trees. You hear the chatter of birds or maybe a squirrel in the distance. And it goes by. 2 minutes go by. 5 minutes go by. You're all stood there. Just the sound of the forest keeping you company.
In this time, I'm gonna do a quick heal on. Actually, hold on. There's a couple of things.
Is everyone looking?
Within this.
I'm on 3 HP.
Yes.
Okay, so
She's got one.
Styx and Clary, you can both add 10 from Neo's lay on hands.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Neo.
And how is Arwen looking?
I will also,
18, so probably fine.
bump me up to 23. We're on the same health. Ain't that funny?
Arwen, you can add
What was that?
4 HP from a level 1 Cure Wounds.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll give everyone a little bit of a top up. Yeah, and we can say sort of maybe more like 15-20 minutes go by as you tend to your wound and bandage up and clean your wounds and that sort of thing.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Something's coming. I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared.
What would anyone like to do? Sit there.
Is there any more tracks or anything around that we can maybe look at?
Can we like investigate the area?
Yeah. Yeah. Just roll a straight investigation check if you want. A natural 20. Okay. So, you manage to. You have a good scout round of the area, and you do indeed find a large number of, as I mentioned before, bones and carcasses and various other kills, ranging from small animals like rats and squirrels and things, to some quite large things that you managed to find the skull of what you presume is some sort of deer with only antlers on one side remaining, a few bits of dry leathery flesh stuck to it. You also find a number of distinctly humanoid skeletons. The distinctive humanoid skull and ribcage giving them away. They have been separated in places from their various limbs, presumably torn apart either at the point of death or in the consumption of their flesh. You also find in the roots around this large tree that sort of forms the centre of this small clearing, you manage to find a small opening, and sort of pushing your way in. You might estimate it'd be quite a squeeze to get in, and perhaps maybe the alpha of this pack didn't frequently go in and out of here, but you managed to squeeze your way underneath some roots and find a small den that has been dug out. You estimate it's probably only got, given the size of the walls, enough room for a handful of them to sleep in. Yeah, it's this small, circular, underground room. You find you're having to sort of squat to move around in it, and there are a few scraps of bone and things like that. But other than that, there's not much else.
Okay.
Would that big one have fit in there?
You suspect potentially, but it would have been, given the size of the opening, it would have been quite a squeeze. And there certainly wouldn't have been room down there for it and much else if if the four wolves all went down there at the same time. You estimate it would have been pretty full.
So that one didn't live there then.
There's no more tracks, there's no more anything like that, it's just this den.
You do find a number of tracks, but especially with a 20, you're kind of able to ascertain that they are semi-regular tracks of coming and going, as if they leave and return via the same places. They've worn little pathways in the sort of few weeks they've been here.
Do we think that maybe Swiftbring was wrong, and by many heads it meant there was just many wolves? Or do we think there is something out there that does have many heads that maybe just isn't here right now, and if we wait long enough, we could ambush it?
Yes. That one. I think there's something.
Yeah. Yeah. How long are we willing to wait here for, like, something to maybe come back?
At the moment, you probably estimate it's around 3-4 in the afternoon.
3 or 4 in the afternoon.
It took you about sort of 6-ish hours to get to this point, but you were moving very slowly, searching, investigating for footprints, blood trails, those sorts of things. If you walked with a purpose, you estimate it wouldn't take you anywhere near as long to get back. So if you left now, you would be able to return to the city before dark.
We could go now and then come back tomorrow and see if anything's like changed.
How many days do we have until the boat comes?
Yeah.
The boat you're expecting to arrive tomorrow, based on the schedule they gave you, and you could expect them to spend at least one night there.
Could I suggest we possibly stay and watch here? Like, in the night?
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
I was thinking maybe we just chill out here for the night. And then, if nothing comes back by tomorrow, I think we're good. I think we're good. We done it. We misunderstood. Got nothing to lose. Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna take the bodies of all these wolves and give them somewhat a burial.
I
Not
think
really like a burial, but
maybe we should leave
dig
them
a
out
hole.
because that might be something that would lure this thing to the area.
Oh, that's a good point.
Maybe we should leave them for now.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah.
That might be something that lures this monster.
Okay. So I'm gonna put them actually then back in the den. Because if we think the den is beneath this big tree, maybe we can hide, and then something will come back into the den, be like around, and then ambush it from there. Yeah. Cool. In which case, I'm a hide.
Okay, so you move the walls, and you don't have a time limit on this. I'm not going to make you roll any like athletics checks or anything like that. Between you can all sort of lift and drag and shove them all down. Maybe someone has to go down there to sort of pull them down and then wriggle their way out afterwards. And you move. It does take a fair bit of shoving, and you sort of kick out a little bit more dirt around the opening. You do get all 4 of the bodies of these wolves down in the hole, leaving a little bit of a blood trail from their various wounds and things as they're sort of dragged along. And then you say you're attempting to hide 6.
Yeah. So that when the ambush comes, we can get a bit of a.
Okay. Well, everyone where are you attempting to hide?
I'm going to attempt to hide in any sort of. So actually, I'll hide up in a tree. I'll sit in a tree.
Okay.
Do that.
Yeah. So make a stealth check.
Stealth.
Yeah, everyone else that is attempting to hide, make
Fuck
a
it. Stealth.
stealth check.
Oh, 20. Watch Clary blow us all out of the water.
And then pulls it up. It's not working.
Okay, not bad. It's alright.
For +9, it's not
It's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, Neo for once does well, and he also rolls a 17. So the 4 of you are very well hidden. Are you trying to hide together or in your own separate locations?
I think probably in our own separate locations is better.
Okay,
So
if
that
you
when
want
we
to place yourselves around, you can just put yourselves around wherever you like on the map and consider yourselves hidden there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick myself somewhere. I'm a paladin, some sort of up close fighter, so I'm gonna stick myself trying to hide in that tree.
Zoom out a little bit. We'll put Neo in the lower branches of this big thing. Okay.
We've got a good little step through
And you wait. It's about 4 in the... Well, it's probably more like... By the time you finish moving bodies and organised your plans, it's probably more like 5 in the afternoon. In the evening, the sun starts. It's quite dark in these woods anyway, but it gets dark quite quickly when the sun starts to drop. And you all sit there, maybe briefly whispering a few words to one another, but keeping your ears alert and things. And as you're all sitting there, listening, waiting, everyone just make a perception check.
Let's see if I can be useful. Perception. Oh. Well, best we got was Arwen. Arwen.
You can all consider this a short rest if anyone wishes to roll hit dice.
Oh, yeah. I definitely will be doing that. Too many short rests, I'll see. Roll as much as you want, so roll 3. Another 3.
If you have any abilities that recharge on a short rest,
Oh.
also recharge.
Oh, damn. Well, suffice to say, I'm at full health, baby.
How many can I roll?
As much as you would like.
You can roll as many hit dice as you like. You get half your maximum hit dice back when you take a long rest.
Oh, so yeah, so I've got 5.
Is that half rounded up or down?
An excellent question.
Because obviously we're level 5, so
Yes.
awkward thing.
I think up. I think it's one of the rare instances where you round up in D&D. Let's see. Hit dice. Page 12. Resting in chapter 8. Let's have a look at that. You know what? I don't think it's going to matter, so I'll just say half rounded up. Right, and I'll look it up later. So, a couple of hours pass, and the light starts to get quite dim. Are you still waiting?
Yeah. So wait overnight. see if anything shows up. That's the plan.
Arwen, you would hear this first. You hear the soft sound of footsteps. Something moving on 4 feet. From your vantage position up in the tree, you can see a shadowy figure moving through the trees, keeping low to the ground. It pauses and sniffs the air before continuing on slowly in your direction. And through the gloom of the low light in the evening, you can just about make out another of these large, light-furred wolves. And now you can hear it a little bit better. You can hear this dragging noise. And it's interrupting sort of it seems it walks a little bit and it drags and you can see it's dragging along this the body of quite a large deer with a small rack of antlers, only with sort of 3 or 4 points on each, but it's straining his body. Doesn't seem to be straining too much with the weight of it, and it drags it back into the clearing, and then when it's just on the edge, you see its head lift slightly, and it sniffs the air, looking around. You're hidden where you are, and you don't think it can spot you or see you, and it slowly drops the body. Blood and saliva you can see dripping from its jaws, mixed into the fur around its muzzle, and it slowly pads over, walking towards the spot where two of the smaller wolves were killed. It sniffs the blood on the ground, looking around. You can see Sticks, you'd also probably be able to see now from your position, its hackles start rising, and you can hear this very low, rumbling growl in its throat. It sniffs the ground and seems to paw at it, scratching the dirt, and lowers his head and almost tastes the blood on the floor. It's pooled and congealed, but it's not quite dried yet. It raises its head again and slowly follows the trail, sniffing all the while as it goes, walking over towards where you're hidden, Sticks. At the moment you think it hasn't detected you, but it sniffs the ground all around the tree, stopping and pouring at the various pools of blood it finds, moving slowly, this low growl rumbling through its body, until finally it follows the trail, it sniffs closer, and it pokes its head down into the den before withdrawing it. You can see dirt on its shoulders and things, and before it sits back on its haunches and lets out this long, keening howl into the night.
Guys, this might have been a bad idea.
This is bad.
Do you want to kill it? Do you want to...
Keep it as a pet.
I really want to do something, but I know it's not a good idea.
What?
Okay. Can I use my channel divinity to get back a first level spell?
Okay.
Boom.
You could do that?
I can. Harness divine power. I can regain a single spell slot that can be no higher than half my proficiency bonus, rounded up.
That's cool. Yeah.
At which point, I will then slowly climb down from the tree, casting upon myself, speak with animals.
Okay.
I will have my shield out, but not my sword. I'll say, hello, friend. What seems to be the problem?
Dear.
So as you drop down from the tree, this howling wolf's head. Sorry, I've just looked at the camera for the first time and just seen that Ben is huddled up with this enormous fluffy blanket around his head and shoulders.
I'm terrified. Die.
Yeah, this wolf's head. Fucking hell, that's massive. Fuck off. This enormous wolf's head Go away. Flying bastard. This enormous wolf's head, mid-howl, stops and snaps over in your direction, and immediately, from this sort of sat back on its haunches position, is up on all fours, growling at you.
I mean you no harm. I just want to talk. Maybe. Why are you? Wait. So we were here because these
You
wolves.
hear because
Something
something
was attacking.
in the woods had been attacking people. Yes, had been attacking groups of orcs that had gone in there to harvest lumber.
Are you? So I'm just going to say, I mean you no harm. I just want to talk. Are you the ones who were attacking the orc? Big men.
So, when you hear this voice in your mind, or this voice speaks to you between the snarls and the howls, you hear this voice snarl at you, effectively. You mean me no harm. I smell their blood on you. I know what you did.
I tried. We got here after they died. I tried to help them.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, you say?
Yes.
Oh, JJ, you sly dog.
Because I have rolled quite a high perception check for the wolf.
You forget, JJ. But, shit! +4 in charisma does me shit off.
You got +1 charisma?
Yeah?
You're a fucking paladin!
Yeah! +4 in strength, +4 in charisma. Paladins use charisma.
+4. Sorry, I thought you said +1.
No.
Yeah, that's why I was really confused. I'm like, you're a bloody paladin, why have you only got +1? Yeah. Sadly, this wolf does not believe you, and you can see it in its eyes. Everyone else make a perception check. 11. Okay, Clary, you would see this. Arwen, I don't think you would. But Clary, you see the sort of tightening in the back legs, the way its claws dig into the ground, and as it slightly lowers and bends its knees, you know it's about to try and pounce on Styx.
Shit.
Do I get an action here, or am I...
You make a perception check as well. You can see in its eyes that it doesn't believe you.
Perception... 14.
Yeah, you can also have an action to Neo doesn't see shit. Oh, and you should probably make yours with advantage, to be fair, as I think we're in your favourite terrain. So just roll.
Are we in a forest?
Yeah, so just roll again regularly.
Okay,
11 and whatever the result is.
what am I doing? Perception.
Okay, 15. Yeah. So all of you get one action.
Is there an order to this? Because I kind of want to see what everyone else is gonna do.
No, we will say this happens.
Literally all at the same time.
Initiative? Yeah, like.
Okay.
So everyone gets one action. You don't have to do anything. If your action is I do nothing, that's fine. And then we will roll some initiative, I think.
After the function down, successful one, change your spells and some of your verses. One, your turn, remove the thing. With the spell, you can use an extra move 16 in any way direction. Cool! Seeing as it's night time, maybe this will be effective. I'm going to cut. See, here's my thing, right? They said something dark is in the forest attacking people. If it was wolves, they'd surely know that by now. Right?
Well, you knew that no one who had... They told you that no one had gone in. They'd lost, I think it was 3 crews. So about 18 people had gone in and not come out. And these wolves are much, much bigger than anything you've ever seen.
Okay.
So a regular wolf is sort of 4 foot long, about sort of 2.5, 3 foot at the shoulder. This is like 6 foot at the shoulder.
Okay.
So it stands basically staring down at you into your eyes. This is a large creature.
Rather stupidly, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm just going to be sort of looking at this thing, and I'm seeing it looking like I've told a really bad lie. It's looking at me really weirdly, so I'm just gonna okay, take it away, guys. And I'm gonna misty step back up into the tree I was in.
Okay.
I'm now back in the tree.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide in the tree. Not really hide, but you know what I mean.
You can
not hide
as an action.
No, I don't think I'll hide. I think I'd still want to see the thing, but I'm just sort of like on a branch looking down at it. Like, oh, I hope wolves can't climb. Yeah. Can go. Now.
Okay.
Can I cast Primeval Awareness? Or do Primeval, or do whatever that is?
Yeah, just mark it in the chat for me, or read it out.
Reading.
Beginning of third level, use your action, expend 1 spell slots, focus your awareness and regenerate for 1 minute per level of spell. You can extend your senses for 1 minute per level of the spell slot you expend. You can sense whether the following types of creatures are present within 1 mile of you, or 6 miles direction. Avaricious. Which doesn't reveal the location or number. Yes, you can do that.
I do that.
Okay. So that's just a feature, isn't it? Okay. So as an action, so it only takes 1 action. So you harness this magical energy within you, tapping into the forest and the trees around you. Extending your senses in all directions, looking for aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, and for up to 6 miles.
I don't know how far 6 miles is.
6 miles is a long way. Like, it's a mile. It's less than a mile on the road from my house to the station.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 0.8 of a mile to the station, I think. So, that times 7.
Okay.
There is
carry on.
one dragon within that range.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh! Okay.
And that dragon is very small and very close to you.
I was about to say, I really fucking hope that's the dragon I think it is. Do not need this right now.
Yeah, can everyone make a dex saving throw? A dragon flies overhead.
Oh, it's not. It's, oh, sorry.
You joke, but I think I'd pee a little.
How boring. It's a normal wolf. Disgusting.
Disgusting beast. Ugh.
Okay, carry on, I guess.
Okay, that's your action. Clary, are you taking an action?
Oh, I'm sure we're about to fight this thing anyway, aren't we? Can I like attack as an action now?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah?
I'm gonna fire a big old fireball. I'm with.
Roll to hit with advantage because it doesn't.
Big old fireball.
$25, that hits.
Advantage.
Seven damage. So, this wolf you hear Styx trying to speak to it. It sort of snaps and snarls at him. You don't understand what goes on, but Styx, having cast speak with animals, you understand its intentions. You anticipate that it doesn't believe that you are innocent of killing the other wolves, and sensing the imminent danger, you misty step up into the tree just as it leaps forward at you. At the same time, this fiery bolt strikes out from one of the trees, lancing down and catching the wolf in the flank. The smell of sort of burning fur fills the air and burnt flesh. And at that point, we shall roll some initiative.
While rolling initiative, I'm just going to shout back down at this thing. Like, we tried to talk to your wolf friend. They didn't listen. We wanted to give them another option.
They said they
Extra.
were going to eat my knees.
Okay.
Initiative.
So we've got Larry on 20. For once Neo isn't last.
Hey.
Then we've got Styx. Then Arwen. And maybe if it's not dead, we've got the giant wolf. Clary, you're up first. This wolf's head sort of snaps towards you, having been burnt on that side and given itself away by there's this sort of burning hole where this firebolt has lanced down through the branches.
Shit.
Oh shoot.
Oh shit. Okay. Can I? I'm gonna throw another fireball at it.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Unfortunately, aware of your presence and still, not badly hurt, still agile on its feet when it sees this, conjure this second firebolt and cast it down. The wolf nimbly just sidesteps and darts out of the way.
Okay. Now I'm gonna run over here. 10, 20, 30, 35.
Say you're all about 15 feet up in the air.
Oh.
For the purposes of in your respective trees. So for the purposes of movement, you'll have to climb down 15 feet.
Oh, that's 15, 20, 25.
Which, unless you have a climbing speed, is also considered difficult terrain, so you effectively double movement to climb down.
So it would take up 30 to like.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You can always jump down, which will take no movement, but you will take a little bit of fall damage.
That's okay. I'll just move to the edge of the tree. And can I use my bonus action of hide to hide again?
Yeah, you can sort of quickly scramble down and you dash a few feet, trying to slide and cover yourself behind one of these bushes. Make a stealth check.
Stealth using.
Yes, stealth check to hide. Oh no!
Oh my god, no! 2 no. I mean, a 10 on a nat 1.
Nice, yeah.
So you dash, quickly jumping down, but unfortunately, as you're the sort of only one to act, this wolf's attention is mainly fixed on you, and it tracks you as you go, and you sort of slide in behind this bush, and there's a big clatter of bones as there's a small animal body that you didn't quite have time to see, and your foot just kicks it, and it goes clattering, and unfortunately you don't think you've managed to successfully hide yourself. Neo is going to make one attack. It's a 15. 4 damage. So, watching Six would have the clearest view of this. There's this thrum sound, and this one crossbow bolt suddenly appears sticking out the flank of this wolf. It hits quite hard, or quite powerfully. It sort of staggers the wolf very slightly, but it doesn't seem to drive very deep into the wolf's flesh, and most of the quarrel is still sticking out. You can see the fletchings on the end and everything.
Ouch.
And then you see the figure of Neo dropping out quickly out of the tree, landing on the ground and straightening up, drawing his glaive as the wolf sort of spins in a circle, turning towards the new threat. Six, it is now your turn.
Right. So it's just stood there, right? It's not doing anything.
Yeah, well, it's it's
Okay.
looking around. It's been shot, it's been burned, but it's pretty healthy still. Still fighting fit. Attention to the flicking between Clary and Neo, as it's the two that it kind of knows are there at the moment.
Nice. Technically, can I jump that distance? It's a very good question.
Yeah, you can certainly jump like out of the tree and down and be within a space to make an attack on the way down, if that's what you're thinking about.
I was thinking more across onto it.
So
I believe jumping distance is
jumping is a weird one that I don't have the rules for memorized, because it doesn't come up very often.
to your strength modifier in feet
Movement.
with no run up, and with a run up you can add 5 to that. No. With a run up you can add 2 to that. I don't know.
Jumping. Your strength determines how far you can jump. Long jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. When you make a standing long jump, you can leap only half that distance.
Oh, my
Each foot you clear costs you a foot of movement. Yeah, so with a strength score of 18, I'm guessing you've got, you can jump standing jump 9 feet.
Oh my lord, jumping is so much better than I thought it was. I thought it was your strength, like, modifier. Oh, well, that changes everything. Yeah. Can I try and jump from here on top of it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely do that because of the height difference. So you'll get a little bit more forward momentum as you're coming down further. But you will take some falling damage as you come down.
That, my dear friend, is fine. How high up am I?
15 feet.
15 feet. Okay, cool.
So that's 1d6 for every 10 foot.
But then the first 10 feet is negated anyway.
Is it? Okay.
Or is that no? Or it might just be that if you fall 10 feet, you don't. But then if you fall 20 feet, it is 2d6. I don't know. It's your ruling up to you.
Clearly, I've got some rules to refresh it.
I'll take 2d6. Kidding, nothing.
Falling. Every 10 feet you fall. Creature lands prone as involves. So. If it's 1d6 for every 10 feet, it will be 1d6 at 10 feet. And then 10 to 19 feet is 1d6. And 20 to 29 feet, I guess, is 2d6.
Yeah.
So, so you take 4 bludgeoning damage as you sort of hit the ground / top of the wolf.
Boom. And shagoom. Sorry, underneath it. But that's fine.
Okay. Is anything else you're trying to do on your turn?
Is that my movement?
Yeah, that's part of your movement to jump out of the tree.
Okay. And as an action, I would like to. I'm trying to think. Hit it with my sword. I think. I don't have my shield out at this point because that'd be stupid.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I'll try and hit it with my sword from on top of it.
Go for it. 27 definitely hits. The crit is appropriate for the additional damage falling out of the tree.
Landing on it, I just sort of stab it straight through and sort of use the sword to help me keep hold. Two-handed, because landing on it.
13 slashing damage.
13 slashing damage. I would love to put a smite on that, but I don't have any spell slots left. And I guess I'll go again.
12 unfortunately doesn't hit.
That's sad.
And make an athletics check to remain on top of this wolf. So everyone watching sees Styx sort of emerge, maybe taking a couple of steps off a branch and launch himself with his sword in 2 hands and comes diving down and tries to impale it through this wolf, doing this great big slash and stab wound to it. The wolf looks up, hearing your cry, sort of snarls and starts trying to move, but is still isn't able to move fast enough as you rush through the air. Excuse me. Clothes billowing in the wind behind you, and you just drive your sword through it. You then pull your sword out to try and swipe again, but the wolf sort of shakes its coat as if it was like covered in water, and you end up rolling off onto the ground.
Oh no!
Unable to land a strike. I'm just going to put you next to it here. You still have movement left, so you can stand up and everything just fine.
Yeah,
So you're not prone or anything like that.
I'll stand up if that's an option.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Then I guess reaction. I don't know if I'd get this reaction or not of everything I've done, but could I pull out my shield at this point?
Yeah, that's technically a free action.
Yeah, cool.
Which you get one per turn, so it's technically a free action to draw or stow a weapon. I mean, there are rules about donning a shield, but I think they're stupid. To say it takes like a minute to put on a shield, so...
What? Oh, I guess to do up the straps and everything, but...
Yeah, it depends. It depends how you want to rule, like, having a shield and stuff, so... But if it's just like a loop and a grip, and you just like slide your arm in and you're ready to go, then that's the way I see it. Because otherwise it's like, oh, you've always got to have your shield out, or if combat starts, you then can't use your shield.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I think you should have the options. So yeah, I have no problem with you doing that. Arwen, it's your turn. Finally.
I have a question because something's weirdly worded and I'm confused. It doesn't actually matter anymore, but I just... Okay, the first two sentences
Each
I'm confused about.
a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw. Okay, so if you imagine you cast this spell in a dining room or like a banquet hall, then everything within the 20-foot cube, all the plates, tables, goblets, knives, forks, would all be outlined in their own bluish light because they are objects. Any people, so say you had 6 guests sitting at the table, they would all have to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid the effect of this spell.
Cool.
Is
Thank
my
you.
interpretation of it from what I've read.
Cool, thank you. I was confused because, yeah, anyway. It doesn't matter anymore because Styx has got off the wolf, so he won't have to make a save. So it's all good. Yeah, I'm going to cast that on the wolf.
Okay. So a 20-foot cube, I'm going to guess you put it so it doesn't...
It just narrowly misses. It doesn't actually... You don't have to do it because it's only done when I cast it, so like anything that walks into it, it doesn't... I don't think it...
So the squares on this grid aren't quite square, but I'm going to assume you cast it somewhere around there so it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
So it's only the wolf has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
They're not the most dexterous, being quite big and strong. That's a natural 3, so that's a failure. So,
everyone has advantage to hit it now.
Hey!
Is that a concentration spell?
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
Because it doesn't say in the little thing whether or not it is. So, but I'll put a little symbol on the wolf to remind everyone that it is glowing and you have advantage.
Actually, it isn't. It just says duration 1 minute. It doesn't say concentration.
Yeah, it doesn't say it in the whatever it's called.
We just get advantage. Yeah, because yeah.
Fair play. Damn, fairy fire be strong.
Yeah. I'm still gonna stay hidden up here though. I want because it doesn't know that I've cast it from where I am, does it?
Oh, no, it is concentration. I just looked it up.
Oh, is it? But it doesn't say it on the whatever it's
yeah,
called.
concentration up to a minute.
Where does it say that?
In my big book of spells.
On the big world wide webs of D&D and beyond, it doesn't say it. Why doesn't it say it? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
It's so weird.
Scroll down to the. There's like a picture. There's like another version of it. So it like writes it up top, and then it has like a picture of it down below, written in the sort of style they do in the book. And
Oh, rude.
oh no, D&D Beyond. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It doesn't say it, but that's fine. I'll sit in my tree and not get hit.
Okay. It will just make a quick perception check to spot you, or as it's sort of the effects of these spells. Yeah, on D&D Beyond, when you look at the spell, it has a little C in a black diamond.
Oh, does that mean concept?
Next to where it says duration.
Cool.
Or it has, if you just look at the small word where it says, gives you the quick summary, the little C in the black diamond tells you that it is concentration.
Cool. That's cool. I'm just going to sit up here then, so I don't lose concentration.
Hashtag not spawn. Yeah. And so then we go, if that's everything on your turn, Arwen? We go to the wolf. Styx, you are the closest and most delicious looking meal. So, I'm actually not going to roll that one. It's rolled 3 crits tonight. I'll use the other one. Yeah, so that one will be that one. Okay. That is Styx. A 14, a 25, and a 22. So I believe the second 2 hit.
Yeah, the second 2 hit.
Okay, so that is 12 and 8. Yeah, 12 and 15, so 27 damage. As this thing bites.
Shit!
As this thing claws at you twice.
Okay, guys?
You backstep as it snaps, its huge jaws snap just in front of your face. But the sort of ferocity of it almost stuns you for a second, and these 2 claw swipes come in and just tear into your flesh.
I had exactly 27 HP.
Oh, good.
And therefore,
Styx
I'm
is
down.
again. Knock down. I thought you said you went back up to full.
Yeah, but my full is only 31.
Ah.
So then I jumped onto the wolf, which was 4 damage.
Yes. I see.
And then all that happened. So, that's where I'm at.
Okay.
That's exactly where you were stood when you got done before.
I think it is as well. I'm very familiar with this.
That's hilarious, not your friend.
Nope. No, no, it's not.
We go back to the top of the round with Clary.
I have a question.
Yes.
Before we go to the top of the round, can we break? I can go pee and make a drink.
Yeah. We can take a quick break.
People
Yeah, we'll take a quick 5-minute break and come back.
Thank you very much. Sorry,
Alright.
I forgot to grab a drink, and also I've drank way too much today.
We'll be back in a few moments. Alright, back at it. Freshening around. Clary, you are top of the initiative order. What have you got for us?
Panic.
Panicking is a free action, that's fine.
A lot of blinking. Ready? Oh, you're downed anyway.
Yeah, 6 is down, so you can't use him yet for sneak attack.
Fine.
To use his unconscious body.
Just throws, like, look over there.
Doesn't he look tasty? What?
He's like, well, it's here, like again.
An 18 hits for the firebolt. Carefully casting over the top of 3 damage.
Yeah.
Is that scaling correctly?
What do you mean?
Well, that's only rolled 1d10,
That's what it says it is for me.
Oh,
but
but
that's a cantrip, right?
cantrip.
So that's
So,
supposed to scale with your level.
Good skill.
So that should be doing 2d10.
No one told me this. Okay.
Yeah, cantrips scale with your level. If you...
They usually do it automatically on.
Yeah. So do you want to roll... Do you want to roll an extra d10 for that firebolt and roll an extra d10 for your original firebolt?
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go. So there's an extra 15 damage that you should have had.
How can I change that?
Fire. So damage just changes to 2d10.
Yeah, so it changes at level 5, level 11, level 17 then? Yeah, to help keep them viable options against the things that might come. So.
Yeah.
So not a bad turn overall.
Suddenly Clary realizes, oh shit, yeah, I can do more with this fireball.
Stronger than I thought it was.
Anything else? Any movement? Any bonus actions?
Where am I?
You're in the caravan.
Where's Clary? Sorry.
You're in the middle of a forest. So, in a frozen forest.
Can I use my movement to climb back into the tree and attempt to hide again?
Yeah, it's the same as climbing down as climbing up, so it costs you double movement.
10. 30 to get into the tree there.
Okay. As you're doing this under time pressure, excuse me, make a quick athletics check for me.
Oh, okay.
Nice, absolutely fine. Yeah, you can scramble up the tree, move.
Do I need to roll stealth again to try and hide?
If you're using your movement to climb and your bonus action to hide, then yes, roll stealth to actually hide. 28, there it is. There's that rubbish stealth. Yeah, so you quickly shoot off this firebolt, and as the wolf's head sort of whips towards you, you cut behind the tree and scramble up, losing yourself amongst the branches. You see it sort of looking around at the different parts of the tree, but it doesn't seem able to identify you. Neo cannot be moved on that screen. He needs to be moved on this one. 5, 10. Run up. He's got no advantage, so he's just going to take 2 swings with his blade. 1 hit one hit. But he's seeing his dear pal Styx in mortal peril. He is going to give it the big one. The big old advanced one.
Has everyone been using advantage?
Oh,
He has not been using advantage. An excellent point. So let's see. The second attack will also hit. So that is 10, 19, 22 damage on the first attack. And come on, Neo, be the hero you were destined to be. Huzzah! He's rolled enough damage. So with the advantage from the glowing light around this wolf, Neo rushes in and carves it down, divine energy glittering off his glaive, and it slashes through the air. Almost in slow-mo, you see him slice and then hold the pose, as you see, in film, and the wolf just turns and then drops to the floor.
Oh no!
She has also bought the big one. And we can drop... Actually, no, we can't drop initiative. Styx, can you make a death save for me?
Oh no.
Can I make a death save? Save for you.
So,
Death save. Oh yeah, that goes away. That comes up.
Oh, one failure. Arwen, you're up. Your turn.
okay, hold on.
I mean, it doesn't. It probably doesn't matter because Neo can also do
Okay.
on his next turn. But
Okay, how fast to get down the tree?
you can jump out of the tree, which costs you no movement, but you will take a little bit of falling damage.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, so make
Oh, wait, hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30, 35. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Make a dex save when you jump out of the tree. Oh, sorry, an athletics check.
Athletics.
16. No problem. You don't fall prone, so you can use your full movement.
Okay, now I can get to there. And do the healing. Where the healing. Oh my god, stop being so slow! Do the healing. Ta-da!
6. You wake up with this half-elf standing over you,
Again.
gently brushing your face. I don't know. What action do you use to heal him? Do you just grab him by the collar and just stop? Such a Wally!
Very stopped up.
Just each one is a cast of cure wounds. Stop it!
Well, to do that, wouldn't you have to roll to hit, and then to hit me, it'd be a critical hit. And because I failed one, I would die.
Yes, but as she makes contact with you, the healing energy goes into you. So you have to take one. So what would it be? Because it's a punch, effectively. So it'd be 1 plus strength off each heal.
But I can choose to make them non-lethal.
That is true. 6, you once again regain consciousness.
Ah! Oh!
There's a dead wolf in front of you.
We get it. Please say we got it. I've had enough bad ideas today. Oh. Oh. My head.
Yeah, that was probably my fault, sorry. You were being
Right.
annoying.
I was being annoying. I'm pretty sure I was unconscious. I
Yeah.
don't know how to be annoying while unconscious.
You have your ways, Sticks.
Have I thought this entire time and none of you have told me?
You could have a further 9 hit points as Neo heals you for a little bit.
Yay. 9 hit points. Into fun. Okay, do we now think this is it? We've dealt with
Yeah.
the problem.
But there's
Yeah.
no other beasties that I could sense.
Okay.
Well, not beasts, but like, you know, like...
Evil thing that you could sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was what I thought it was going to be, it's not that. Like, I know it's not, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Could I... Can I just, because I feel like maybe just to think out the options, cast Divine Sense? Just in case anything has changed in the last little while since Arwen cast it, just to be sure.
Yeah, Arwen's... I mean, not to get into a dick measuring contest, but Arwen's covered 6 miles, and yours covers 60 feet.
Yeah!
Ooh.
But no, the answer is no, you do not detect any of those types of creatures
Cool.
within 60 feet of you.
I'm ready to go. Well, I don't know, because I'm going to be honest here. Swiftwing was not very... said multiple heads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't give us much more information. And we were told it was something dark, so I don't know, maybe it was something that could cover 6 miles in this amount of time.
2 rounds of combat.
Yeah,
That would be travelling hella fast.
it would
Isn't
be.
that 12 seconds?
Yeah.
It goddamn would be.
I mean,
But-
it's a small bird, Ben. It's got an intelligence of 1.
That is a good point. Well, I feel bad. Oh, well, let's head back to the city, guys. I need a drink and some sleep. Desperately need some sleep.
Yeah, Neo will looks over the scene like it says, there's a word for something. I think we need... What is it hunters take?
Oh, evidence! A trophy.
Yes, trophy. Maybe that's a little bit grim. Let's go with evidence. Should we take some of that back?
Yeah. Could I take out some fangs of the 2 bigger wolves?
Yeah.
Sort of main, sort of front fangs.
Yeah, you
And-
can...
Those of smaller wolves as well. Just like one of the smaller wolves. I'll touch my holy symbol, utter a little prayer, just say sorry that we had to do this to you, but unfortunately you were causing quite the ruckus in this part of town. So you are with the earth now.
Yeah.
Be at peace. Or walk off. For a little prayer.
Yeah,
I know.
You
I
can
like
add a number of wolf's teeth to your inventory.
Excellent. big wolf teeth.
And you can make your way out. It's pretty late in the day now, so going slow through the darkness. Whoever's leading, make a survival check. If someone wants to assist, they can make it with advantage to find your way.
When you're good at forests, I'm this one to you.
Okay, so with advantage, yeah?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, if someone wants to help. Then...
Yeah.
Oh, we're lost. We're lost.
That's not great.
that tree looks like a tree we walked past earlier. I'm confused.
No, Arwen, that tree looks like a tree.
It takes you
Thank you for your input.
a long time. You're weary, you're injured, you're generally beat up and run down from the long trek out here where you were sort of moving slowly, searching every inch for signs of clues. You ended up covering, even though the distance as the crow flies wasn't very far, you did end up covering a lot of distance walking backwards and forwards effectively in a massive zigzag. So sort of 10 feet sideways for every 1 foot forwards between you. So you're all generally pretty beat up and tired. And so you're moving quite slowly and in quite a circuitous route. You do feel like you're making progress, but as the hours stretch on, you start to wonder whether or not you should push through the night to make it back, or whether you should camp out and start again in the morning.
Screw it, let's camp out. If everyone wants to, that is. I don't mind continuing on walking, but...
Yeah, camping's fun.
Maybe it'd be nice.
It's no different to all the other campings we've done.
Exactly.
Oh no, there's evil faces.
No, don't do that. I know what you're doing, JJ. I do it to you all the time.
What could possibly go wrong?
I don't like the taste of my own medicine, JJ. It tastes awful.
Yeah. Well, if everyone's in agreement, you can set up camp for the night. Or rest your weary legs. Rest your weary heads. Rest your weary heads.
Rest your...
Oh.
And so on. You get a nice little campfire going between you. Definitely the skills to do something like that. I'm assuming you've got tinder boxes and stuff like that in your various types of packs.
I can also just flame as a cantrip.
That is true. Styx and Clary both have the ability to make fire at will.
Gave that idea. Well, that's on them.
So you get a nice little campfire going. You can heat up some rations or search for some food, however you'd like, and start getting rested. Is anyone going to keep watch?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Do I need to do perception?
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And a d12 for me.
Arwen does not notice the big monster with 50 heads that glows in the dark in front of her.
Your watch passes uneventfully.
Oh no.
2 hours watching the woods around you. But you hear nothing and see nothing out of the ordinary. You eventually wake whoever's next, and they can begin their watch. Whoever's next, set and check in a d12 for me.
I will do such a thing. Also, at this point, while we're walking, can I just say that I gave myself 10 points of lay on hands?
Yeah.
Just cause I feel like I need it. Shit! It's been a long day. I've been knocked out twice. Give me a break.
Styx too does not see the glow-in-the-dark monster in front of him.
Styx, you're a little bit sleepy, as you say. You had a hard day. You didn't really want to rouse when Arwen woke you up for your watch. And you sit there, sort of head maybe lolling occasionally as you try to stay awake. But yeah, you hear nothing out of the ordinary and see nothing out of the ordinary. Your watch passes and you wake the next person. Barry, do you want to go next, or should Neo go?
Yeah.
Okay. Perception check and a d12.
So, and a d12.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clary wonders how no one saw the glow-in-the-dark monster.
I just look up there. Claire, time for your watch. She just wakes up, and there's this we're literally standing underneath this massive dragon that none of us have noticed, and she's like, what the fuck's going on? Did I get there? Going to we out.
So, Clary, you sit and you take your watch, watching the trees, seeing the small animals running around, listening to the sounds of the wind, the rodents in the dark, the occasional hoot of an owl. And a calmness settled over you, and a contentness. And then you just sit and contemplate the woods around you, the people you're travelling with.
Don't contemplate it too long. She'll ditch us.
very decided.
And you decide that leaving is the better for you. Yeah. And so your watch passes. You see nothing, you hear nothing that's out of the ordinary.
Cool. That's good.
And thus begins Neo's watch.
Watch the monster.
And you awake in the morning. Neo, a little bit bleary-eyed from being awake a couple of hours earlier, but starts to move around. Boil a little bit of water and things like that for a tea, maybe, for you all in the morning. And you can all get underway.
Do we get all our... Was it a long rest?
Yeah, you can take a long rest.
Nice.
You can restore spell slots, hit points, all those fun things.
Nazi.
Lucy.
Thank you.
The one
So
thing
much.
you can't do is grant the wisdom that Styx needs to survive to the end of the day. However,
What's happening today? What the shit?
So that's what's happening.
Yeah, my headphones back.
Yes.
yeah. And in the cold light of day, you can orientate yourself much better. You've got the dappling sunlight filtering through the trees to guide you, and you can find your way out much more easily in a couple of hours and be swiftly on your way back to the city. Arriving back at the city, you find it's mid-morning, and the general sort of hustle and bustle of a regular day is underway. You walk through a little market on your way through. There's a lot of fish and various seafood products made. You can also see you've got various stalls set up, little bits of jewellery, things like that. And parts of blacksmiths as well. And one stall potentially catches your eye as they're selling large quantities of rope, which you don't really recognise. And if you were to step up and examine them or ask about them, you would discover that they are seaweed ropes. Very similar to regular sort of hemp ropes, but the orcs make them out of seaweed instead, as it's so readily available to them. And they don't harvest many crops at all.
That's fair. Well,
You make your way through to the centre of the city.
you-
And I'm guessing you're looking for presumably Garth again.
yes, Gareth.
Yeah. You find him mid-morning. He is in conversation with a couple of orcs standing by a small dock. They, one of them they are holding conversation in Orcish, while another couple run up and down, carrying chests of what looks like a fresh catch for the day, and loading it onto a cart, ready to ferry off somewhere.
Garth. Hello. We're back.
He turns around, and when he spots you, a big smile brightens up his face. Sort of lifts a hand and waves in greeting. Starts walking over to you. Well, you're back! Ha! Fortune favoured you. When you did not return yesterday, I feared the worst for a time. But I see my fears were unfounded. Although you do look like you've had a little bit of the worst. And he gestures to Styx, who's probably looking the roughest amongst you. Taken probably the brunt of the aggression.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. Touchy subject. We dealt with the problem. Here is proof, and I'll give him the small bag of large teeth. It turned out the things that were killing your men were a selection of wolves. They weren't just regular wolves. They seemed to be much larger, much darker, much stronger as well than your average wolf. Much bigger. Well, there was two extremely big ones.
at this point he's opened the bag and he's got a sort of a tooth between his thumb and forefinger, and you can see it is sort of, Styx has managed to rip these out, and so they are about an inch long. These big incisor fangs, so look like very impressive.
That one you there was inside me. Just think about that for a minute.
Quickly just puts it back in the bag. He's like, yes, I can see these are enormous. The jaws of this beast. Was there just the one, or?
No. So there was about 4 smaller ones. They're maybe regular wolf size, but they were a lot stronger than your average wolf. And there were these 2 much larger ones. All of which we managed to take care of. We sorted out the problem for you, I guess. You could say.
I have a feeling I know the answer, but did you find any sign of my lost workers?
Unfortunately, I think we did, in the shape of a lot of bones and things.
It is
maybe
as I
probably
suspected. Well, thank you for this. Now that it is safe, we will at least be able to potentially collect our dead and give them a proper send off. It is good to know either one way or the other. People can grieve completely now. Knowing is, even if it is bad news, knowing is better than not knowing.
Yeah.
Walk with me.
Yeah.
We will
walk.
We must attend to your payments.
Yes, payments.
And he leads you through a small section of the city. You quickly come to a different temple, but a temple nonetheless. And you see familiar scenes that you saw before. This one seems to have a different. Some of them have the same resemblance, and some of them depict different scenes. And this one seems to focus more on one of the other orcish gods. Seems to be more of the centerpiece. He leads you through into a small back room. It's got a desk and a chair in it. They're both sort of very, very crude pieces of furniture. Whereas you might often see an official with a very elaborate, rich hardwood desk inlaid with metals or leather, with many drawers or something like that. It almost looks like a dining room table, just a very simple flat plank top with 4 legs. And sitting atop is a small chest with. It's very finely made, and it's got some highly polished silver metal bands that wrap around the sides and over the curved lid. He reaches down and picks it up, and you can see sort of there's a weight to it. As he lifts it off, he sort of heaves and turns to hand it to you. Whoever wants to take it.
It's a bit heavy. I'll
passes it to you, Styx. Placing it in your hands. He also produces a small key and unlocks it, lifting the lid to show everyone. Like I said, I would pay almost any price so we were not cut off from the sea. and well, this is almost all we have. We have it. I hope you will not think me unscrupulous. That's not the word. Stingy. There is 400 gold here. From the small amount we have laid by for imports and things that we need. There is also this, and you can see when he's lifted up the lid, even though the lid is like a half-barreled shape, inside there is a smooth, it's smooth, so you can't see that half barrel. And what he does is he pushes on, it's got this like knot work all around the edge, and you can see he pushes on one of the corners of it, and it glows briefly. And then he releases this panel that sort of basically hides this false section in the top. So the panel seems to like detach, and he picks up a small bag that was inside, and sort of clinks or sort of clacks softly. He says, and he like opens it up. It's got like a little drawstring. He opens it up to show you. He says, there is also about 300 gold's worth of precious stones here.
Ooh, wow.
I know our healers are loath to give up some of these, but I insisted that we paid a portion of this. There are about 120 gold's worth of diamonds in amongst this. He holds up a small one to show you. I know some of the more powerful healing spells require diamonds explicitly, so hopefully this will help if you ever get into difficulty. And then he puts them all back in the bag and puts it like back in the compartment, pushes it, and pushes on the specific like rune in the pattern around the edge.
Okay.
And then he
Wow.
puts the lid, closes it, and hands you the key to the chest as well.
Team huddle. A minute. Thank you very much, Garth. If you just give us 1 second.
Of course,
Team huddle.
of course.
Guys, I think we should maybe give them back a little bit of the gold. Like, this is a lot of what they have. I feel kind of bad taking it all.
Okay, but I want all of the stones.
Can we give them back
No,
some of
no. Neo has no memory.
Okay. Then, yeah, just some of the gold. I'm thinking like give them back like 100 gold. You can split that, and do what they need with that. We don't need all these stones and all this gold as well. So I just don't know. Garth, you've been very, very nice to us. Possibly a little bit too nice. We really don't need all the gold. I'll take out 100 gold and give it back to them and just say, we really don't need all of this. Just to help our friend, and really it wasn't too much trouble to do what we did. Whatever we can do to help.
He takes a step back and sort of holds up his hands. It's like, no, this is very kind of you, but from my perspective, this is not half of what we owe you for what you have given us. You are not orcs yourselves. You cannot possibly understand what the sea means to us. It is. I mean no disrespect. It is a cultural thing. You are elves, some of you. Think of it, if you will, if someone said you could never walk amongst the trees again, but every day you had to sit and stare and look at the trees, but you could never walk amongst them, stand in their shade, feel their leaves in your hands. This is what you have given me in my city. The sea is our lifeblood. The sea is our heart. If you cut an orc off from the sea, you cut out his heart. So there is no price that I would not give. And do not feel you have disadvantaged us. I am old and not so foolhardy as to beggar my city. I have given you everything you can spare, but you have given us everything, and we will not want while we have the sea.
That is very, very nice of you. Thank you. Go back to that. Alright, well,
I'm so
we'll be
worried we killed the wrong thing.
me too. It's not about that. Well, we'll be around if you ever need anything. How many more days have we got until the boat gets here?
The boat
This evening.
Should be arriving today at some point, you expect.
Okay, never mind. At some point today we'll probably be off. So I guess this is goodbye, Garth. It's been lovely to meet you and stuff. Lovely to work with you, and thank you very, very much again. So long. I guess I'll get rid of the big wolf teeth from my thing.
Okay. Well, to speed things along a little bit from a narrative perspective, you guys can, unless there's anything specific you guys want to do for the rest of the day, if there is, let me know. But at some point in the late afternoon, you do see a set of familiar sails come into sight, and slowly the ship draws closer, and you start to recognise some figures on the deck and things like that. And standing at the helm, you recognise the figure of Captain Ivan. As the ship gets closer, you can see they have made a number of repairs, and you can make out the the raw new timbers that they have used in the sides of the ship and things, next to the old sort of salt-stained ones, standing out a little bit, giving the boat a little bit of a mismatched colour in places. But it was always a weathered boat. You get the sense this is not the first time they've had to repair it in the years. Ivan telling you that it belonged to his grandfather before, his father before him, and his grandfather before him. So it's certainly a well-loved boat.
Question.
Yes.
So we were given 300 gold.
I think I said 400 gold and 300 in gemstones, 120 of which was diamonds.
Okay, so in total,
Yes.
that makes it. Let me just write this down somewhere so that we can split it in a minute. So that's 300 GP. No, 400 GP.
Yeah.
300 gemstones, 120 in diamonds.
120 of that 300 is diamonds.
Yeah. So that means we have 580 to split between us, because if you get 300 minus 100.
Yeah, 300 minus 120 is 180. So 400 plus 180 is 580. You are correct.
580. So we have 580 gold to split between us. Neo, you want some of this?
It's
Want
100
some gold?
gold and 45 GP of gemstones each.
Between all four of us.
Yes.
Cool. 100 gold and 45 gold's worth of gemstones each.
Yeah.
Now, I'm thinking we put some of that into the Neo fund. How much do people want to put into the fund?
Did you want to put all of the... So we take the gold and then put the gemstones in the Neo fund.
Yeah. Can we sell the gemstones here for...
I wouldn't sell them. I'd keep them for when... Because you need gems for spells.
Yeah. So we won't give the... So the diamond dust will keep as diamond. Or the diamonds will keep as diamonds. The other gemstone...
If, for the purposes of notation, you just want to write 120 GP's worth of diamond and another 180 gold, that's fine.
Yeah, so 180.
So if you want to add 180 gold to the party fund,
That sounds better.
Everyone gets 100 gold, and then you've got 120 GP of diamonds in there as well.
Which means we now have 405 gold in the Neo Fund. God, look at us go.
Woo! Someone get a party popper.
I am nearing getting enough money for breastplate armor. So look at that. My little saving.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, so to speed up the narrative slightly,
Before we leave, can I buy a dagger somewhere?
Yeah, you can buy a dagger. You head to the market, you find a blacksmith, and they have a... Well, they've gone too far. They have a range of daggers available. They do have some basic ones that do look like they have been metal forged. And they also have some slightly more ornately carved bone daggers. In terms of functionality, they would be the same. The bone daggers look more ornate. They have fine carvings on the handles and things like that of sort of ships and stuff, whereas the metal ones seem to be function over form.
How much are the bone ones?
They are very slightly more expensive. They are 3 gold. The metal ones are only 2 gold.
Ooh.
Can I buy 2 of the bone ones?
Yeah.
6. Good.
Can I also buy one of the bone ones?
Yeah.
Because I realise I don't have anything other than my sword, which turns into a hammer. But I feel like I should probably have a dagger just in case.
Yeah.
I forgot yours turned into a hammer.
Yeah, I'll just turn it into a hammer just so flick out. Thinking.
In terms of like combat, is that just like a regular?
It's exactly the same. Yeah. So these are just a little bit more ornate and sentimental to the region. They are very reminiscent of the sort of the daggers you'd have seen a lot of orcs walking around with. And indeed, the orc will behind the counter say, "Well, these are your traditional shark hunters. These."
Perfect. Because we're probably not going to hunt sharks. Ever. So.
Well, they'll be very useful, but occasionally they get lost from time to time, but most bear a sentimental family value and often get passed
I thought you meant the sharks. Sharks sometimes get lost.
No, it's rare, but if you ever find one in the ocean, it would be worth a pretty penny to the family that lost it. They tend to hold good sentimental value.
I'm still imagining it being a shark.
You just wave a small shark in people's face and it just chomps on their chin.
I'm going to pull out my elbow and just go, "Rah!"
So, the rest of the day passes. You can successfully meet up with Ivan and the crew. Given the sort of lateness of the hour, they tell you that they are going to stay the night. Your cabins are welcome for you on the ship, or you can find somewhere to lodge within the city if you want. And they'll say they plan to set sail with the morning tide.
I'm going to sleep on the boat because I don't have to pay.
I'm also going to sleep on the boat. Just cause... Nice.
Six can get his hat back on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. As I get onto the boat, I'm going to make a very sort of big show of pulling the hat out. Very, very swiftly. Placing it on my head.
A big flourish.
Yeah, a very, very big flourish under the step on the boat. Yarg. Yarg.
As you step up on board, I think who was the one that was the storyteller? Fuck. I think it was Joseph. He's sort of standing there greeting you, and with Hugo sort of draped across one shoulder. He's getting a bit too big to ride on you now. He's approaching the size of sort of a medium-sized dog, so his weight's quite big. And he sort of raises his head and you sort of not aggressively, sort of playfully like bares his fangs at Yosef, who sort of tickles him under the chin as he does so. But yeah, you spend your night on the boat. Clary, are you staying on the boat?
Yeah.
Okay, so the four of you spend the night on the boat, and just as you're up with the crew in the morning as they start making to set sail, and before you set sail, Ivan comes and knocks on the doors of your cabins and says, "Garth is here to see you." He's before we set sail.
Oh, bad things are happening.
And you head up. He's waiting up on deck. Greets you with a broad smile. He says, "I wanted to catch you before you left. Again to say thank you for everything you've done." And he pulls out a little, what looks like a little loop of leather, but then as he draws it out, you realise that he's got 4 necklaces in his hand, and on the end of each of them hangs a wolf's fang that you recognise, and it seems he's picked the 4 biggest ones, and he sort of walks down the line, putting them on you, and like putting on you and thanking you individually by name. And as you examine your little necklaces, he says, shark's teeth are normally too small to do this, but a few of them are big enough to do a little etching on. So I have carved your names into each of these. They're not quite the same.
That's so cute.
That's very nice.
Vanquish Day, something quite fearsome, and while these will not bring you renown in the same way within the community, other orcs may still see it and grant you the respect you are due. And yeah, in orcish script, on each of them is the words. Well, there's one Styx, Arwen, Clary, and Neo.
Aww. That's very cute.
That's so cute.
I'm gonna cry.
And I think that's where we'll end the session, with the ship slowly sailing out of port. You guys, I imagine, standing on the back, Styx clutching his hat so it doesn't blow off in the wind. Just
Bye. No, I got a hat sort of off in my hand.
you're waving
Wait.
with the hat. Yeah, nice.
Bye.
You and a few others are stood on the docks.
Damn.
Waving goodbye.
Let's just stay in this place. I'm joking, Neo, I swear. We'll get some Nogany oars back one of these days. It's better be worth it. That's what I'm saying. You better
Guys, there was nothing wrong with my memory.
Oh.
That's like Neo's like, yeah, I remember everything. I'm just a really good liar.
Well, that was adorable.
Things allergic to adorable things.
I am. Yes. Manly.
I mean, that was something, but I'm not sure it was manly.
It was more ogre, if I'm honest.
Yes, slightly. Well, until next week.
Until next week.
Glad you all enjoyed.
Yes, that was fun. It had everything. It had combat. It had me dying a lot. Which I'm just accepting happens every combat now. But fine. Paladins aren't meant to be tanky, right?
No, not at all.
Right?
Oh, that's the other thing. You all level up.
Oh!
So on the you all
Like
level up.